So right now it looks like we got the Elkhart Police here, where this car hit this sign, it looks like, and then came to a stop right here. So you can tell it hit that sign. We have reports of a driver and a passenger that fled on Wolf Street, which is actually back behind me and then down the street that way. So right now we have at least a few officers here that are cleaning up this mess. So we're gonna go see if we can find the other scene, which is actually gonna be up the street and down this way. All right, so now we're on Garfield, just about a half block down to the east and a block now to the north. We are heading to about where the police are parked. They believe that they spoke to one of the suspects, but then let him go, so they're trying to find him again. So it looks like it was a pursuit. Two black males. The police are currently looking for them. So we're gonna walk down here and we're gonna see where the police have it barricaded. They did find one of the suspects, but then let him go. So now they're trying to find him again. They believe they got him barricaded in, but we don't know exactly where. Last I heard was on Wolf Street. So we're gonna try to head down and see if we can find him.
What the fuck got you, bro? I'm on parole. I'm not parole. Y'all gonna do it like you, bro. I ain't nothing. Bro, you went to my school, bro. What the fuck? Y'all let me soon, bro. What the fuck did I do? Can I get up, bro? I don't walk with y'all gonna do it like this. No.
So we got a few police that are back here. We're gonna see if we can cross the street again, get a better angle on what's going on. So as of right now, the police have two in handcuffs. They're talking to a third. He doesn't appear to be in handcuffs at the moment. They put 2 in the back of their cars. The 2 that they put in the cars they do seem to match the description that went out over the air. So right now, it does seem that they may have found the people that they were looking for. We don't know yet. We'll have to see. So this is the K9 unit here. I'm gonna see if we can get their CADs here and so they just have their maps up at the moment. So I believe they let one of the suspects go right here. What did they detain you for?
Man, they said I stole a car.
Oh yeah, so they were chasing a car that crashed it over on the intersection over there. Did they arrest 2 of your friends that you were with?
No, yeah, no.
Oh, they did? All right. All right, so now you can see the Elkhart Police Department detained 4 people and then let all 4 go. So again, this shows the ineptitude of the Elkhart Police Department. We're going to walk down here and see if they got another subject that they were trying to talk to. And again, we're going to stay on public property. That way the cops can't say anything to us. And we got to remember IC 1186, 25 feet back. Looks like the police are actually getting ready to leave here now. So, looks like they had some people and then they let them go. Now they're actually walking this way. So they had 4 suspects and they let all 4 go now. So we're going to get out their way. So at one point they thought they had the suspect, but then whoever the officer was actually let the suspect go. So now they're trying to find him again. The 4 people that they did have turned out not to be the 4 people that they were looking for. So the police are actually going to walk down this alley here. We're not going to follow them. We're actually going to go back. This seems to be where they're all heading towards now, where they had the 4 people stopped. And again, staying behind the farthest patrol car. We're not going to try to give them any ammunition to mess with us tonight, especially since that guy's holding a big ass gun. Hey, it's the guy that likes to leave ladies on the side of the road. So, second time seeing this guy tonight. He's probably still leaving ladies on the side of the road. Doing the unethical thing. Elkhart Police Department. So it looks like County K9. Looks like everything's pretty much done. I'm pretty sure once this guy comes down here, we can then go past. So looks like the police did not find who they were looking for tonight. They detained 4 people, but actually ended up arresting nobody. So this guy is going to move, so I'm going to move up with him. So, look, this guy's walking right through. So, there's a vehicle coming down the alleyway there. And then this person strolls right through, so clearly it's okay to come down. Howdy. So we're going to move up since they moved all of their vehicles up. And we're going to stay more than 25 feet away just because now we know Officer Contreras is a dick. So, I don't know if that white vehicle is something that they're interested or not. I know they had the guys on the ground like right here. I think they may just be parked there because that's where they stopped and detained the people. So, and obstructing traffic. So now we got another officer coming in. No lights. So we got an officer there. Oh, and now here comes the prior restraint. Gotta love Elkhart Police Department. They don't even know what federal law is. So we'll come this way so we can kind of see what's going on. I'd like to know which. That's prior restraint. You know it's against the First Amendment, right?
I'm not gonna argue with you.
What's your name and badge number? All right, I'll file a complaint. Two 22018. So we'll get that, officer. Elkhart officers violating people's rights. Gotta love it. They don't even respect the First Amendment. So we're going to see if maybe there's a supervisor over here somewhere. I would assume there probably is. And I'm going to stay on the sidewalk here. I'm just going to kind of move so I can see who's all over there. So we got a few of these officers. I got one staring me down pretty hard, like he's waiting for me to step into the street or something. So we're gonna see if this guy is a sergeant or hopefully somebody I can file a complaint with. So
I was just going to talk to him real quick and see. Okay. Did you happen to see anything?
no, but I do need to file a complaint on an officer.
What's that? I'm sorry.
I do need to file a complaint on an officer for prior restraint and failing to identify.
Okay. What? I guess tell me what you got or what the problem.
He purposely shined his light in my camera twice to block me from filming the scene, and then he refused to identify.
Okay, where was this at?
Just down the street.
Okay. Do you know who that officer is?
He failed to identify. All I have is his license plate and car number, 2564.
I'm sorry?
2564.
Okay.
License plate 22018. So I'd like his name and badge number and file a complaint for those two things.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you the name and badge number at right this moment. What is your name?
I don't need to give it. I can give you an email.
Okay. What's the email?
elkhartaudit@gmail.com. You guys do know about prior restraint in the First Amendment, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Do you guys usually go through training for it?
I don't believe so.
So you guys don't know shining your lights in people's cameras is a violation of the First Amendment?
But I believe there's also some case law on that too. What's the car number again?
2564. License plate 22018.
Thank you. Elkhart Audit, all
Yeah.
one word.
Yep.
At gmail.com.
Correct.
Okay.
But as long as I'm standing where I'm allowed to be and I'm filming matters of public interest, it's actually a violation of the First Amendment, and it's federal law called prior restraint.
I know what you're talking about.
So I'm not sure what case law you would be talking about.
I was thinking that something came down from the Supreme Court on that.
Not that I know of, and
Besides that part.
I've worked in the media since 2007. I've never heard of anything.
Well, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I was thinking that there was something that came down from the Supreme Court on that. But again, without me going and looking right now.
I've worked in the media since 2007. Actually, news stations, I am very familiar. There's
I
nothing.
think we see you out here quite a bit, don't we?
I have now, since one of your officers said it's okay for you guys to be unethical as long as you don't violate policy, which I have a huge problem with.
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
Officer Davis.
Are you the one that talked to him then?
Yep.
Are you, I think I know what your name is. Just because I kind of heard about it, and I heard a name, but I can't think of the name right now.
That's fine.
I'm not going to say it just because you're recording too, for your privacy. Shined his light at you. Where was this
Twice. Wherever you guys had the 4 suspects detained, or subjects.
at? Oh, God, I don't know where that was for sure, because I came back down here.
A block that way, and then a block down.
Ashland, Cleveland.
Yeah, I believe so.
He refused to ID or give a badge number.
After I told him he was in violation of the First Amendment for shining his light, he said I'm not going to argue with him. He said he wasn't going to argue with me. I asked him for his name and badge number. He just walked away, got in his car, and pulled off.
Okay.
All on film.
Any chance that I can see it, or will it stop? I'll make you stop that.
I can stop recording.
So I don't know if you've ever gotten an accident link from anybody before.
No, that'd be new.
Supposedly it's super easy. It'll go to your elkhartaudit@gmail.com.
Okay.
If you can attach, I gotta log in. If you can attach any video. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me. But anyways, I supported professional standards. Basically, I give my recommendation on whether or not they violated a policy or not. Professional standards looks at it. They would say yay or nay whether that they agree with me or disagree with me, and then from there they decide what they're going to do, whether it's just going to be a documented or whatever, if it needs to go to captain's review board.
Right.
As I'm not trying to minimize it, but as minimal of a violation this would be, it would probably
The First Amendment's not minimal in my mind.
not that. I'm saying as far as a policy violation, as far as a minimal policy violation.
Well,
Again,
you're talking about the failing to identify.
the failing to identify part.
Okay.
Yes. So they'll make their agreement. If they say it needs to go to captain's review board, it goes to captain's review board. Once I submit it to them, it's all above me. So I just
Okay.
want to make sure you understand how that goes. You may get contacted by one of the guys in professional standards.
That's fine. I
There's a
mean,
lieutenant and sergeant in there.
I'm
That's
pretty
the
sure
point.
you guys have a policy to identify when asked, especially when you engage with the public, and shining your light in a camera when somebody's recording matters of public interest is against the First Amendment. So I don't see why it shouldn't be upheld. So
I see you out a lot.
yeah,
I assume it's you.
probably because when I get off work, I like to come out and see what's going on.
So you work and then come out and do this.
I actually have 2 jobs: one where I
Go ahead.
teach audio video production, one where I work at a TV station. And then I'm
Holy
out here.
smokes.
I mean, and only because an officer said you guys can be unethical as long as it doesn't violate policy, and I have a huge problem with
Stand
that.
by, I'll signal it up there. No, I agree with you on that.
So-
I don't know the context of that. I heard partially about it.
There was 3 officers that left. There was an officer that left 3 ladies on the side of the road after he towed their car. He said that there was a policy to do that and not give rides. So I just went down to see if there was a policy. Turns out there wasn't a policy. And in the midst of the conversation with Officer Contreras, Officer Davis walks up, and he was a dick from the get-go. He basically just kept going around and around saying, well, blah, 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 it's their fault. We can make them walk home, blah, blah, blah. And then he basically said, as long as you guys don't violate policy, it's okay if you do the unethical thing. You don't have a moral obligation to make sure people get home safe, which, okay, Supreme Court law backs it up. But I would say you don't have a right to be unethical. I don't think my police should ever be unethical. So I have a huge problem with that.
I understand what you're saying.
I think anybody would have a huge problem with their police willing to be unethical,
Yeah.
as long as it doesn't violate policy.
This isn't me making an excuse for him, but like his delivery sometimes is not good. Not great.
I would definitely agree in that case.
All right.
Well, hey, I appreciate your time, Officer Snow.
I don't want to do that
no,
because
there
I'll
you
do
go.
that with anybody, but I'll do that, man.
That's fine.
And that I got gloves on. So.
Yeah, I totally understand. I didn't even think about that.
No, you're good, man. But yeah, I'll forward all that stuff to him. I'll take the complaint, forward that stuff to him, and then, like I said, somebody will probably contact you.
All right, awesome.
All right?
Appreciate it.
Anything else?
No, you guys have a safe night.
Be safe, man.